What's going on, everybody? Man, totally not prepared for this. Been scrambling behind the scenes. Got a bunch of weirdos reaching out on Instagram. Y'all should go check the Instagram stories. It's just, man. AR15.com seems to be an interesting place that I want nothing to do with. Bro, can y'all believe we hit freaking 100,000 subscribers? Feels like it took forever. It was a ton of work, but it finally came. And honestly, never thought that would happen. Never thought that would happen. And today, we're going to get into that. Kind of how this whole thing started. And this live stream is just a big thank you to anyone that watches this channel and you see something that you like. You leave comments, you interact. Means a lot, man. It's kind of reassuring. Makes me want to keep making videos when you guys enjoy them. But make sure you tell me if you don't enjoy them. You know, constructive criticism is always welcome. All right. Let's bring this music volume down just a scooch. There we go. Got a couple of guests coming on tonight. I didn't want to hype it up at all. Got a couple, don't know when they're going to pop on, but they will eventually. One that we've never had on. We have another guest coming on later that is a huge part of this channel and everything else. And she will be on a little bit later. Okay, I said bring drinks. What's everyone drinking? I'll show you what I'm drinking right now. Drinking a screwdriver. I know it looks a little brown. And that is because the vodka looks like poop water. So that's why mixed with OJ it comes out as a little brown. But man, it's good stuff. Where are you from? What are you drinking? Fire it off in the comments, and then we'll get this thing started. Miller High Life, baby. Jerry K, what's going on? Mike, I see you in the comments. Josh Reeves, yeah. This kind of looks like coffee. Yeah. I'll start tonight off with this literally just happened maybe 15 minutes ago. I'm slamming down a quick dinner, getting some drinks together, and I do read the majority of my Instagram DMs. It's like the easiest way to reach out if you do have a question. Can't get to them all, but sometimes I try to get to most of them. And I had this one little message, and it's like this account. The guy has like one post. It's like a dude hanging out with his cat, kind of neck beard type. And the message was, and I quote, "You support this commie? ? No context, no picture, no nothing." So I was like, all right, I'll bite. And I'm like, what are you talking about? And he sends me a picture of Carl Casarda in range. I'm sure a lot of you people know of Carl or in range or the Desert Brutality or whatever. We all know Carl's history. We get it. I never talk about Carl, never posted about him, so I don't know why this dude would send me that message. But he said something to the tune of, yeah, I'm on AR15.com and we are, how did he put it? I just have to read it to you. It's the cringiest thing I've ever heard of, but I got to read it to you. I know if he's watching right now, he'll get a kick out of this too. Let's see. He basically said there's a forum on AR15.com where I guess a bunch of dudes are getting together and they have made it their mission to rid the world of communists. So they're asking everyone they know in the social media space if they support Carl Casarda so they can gaslight them as a communist. Totally out of the blue. It was so weird. So I thought that was pretty cringy. So I sent him a picture of my poop in the toilet. And I was like, hey, man, little advice for you. Dude seems a little socially awkward. It's a really bad way to start a conversation. Usually you start with like, hey, what's going on? Hey, how are you? I wouldn't start the conversation with, are you communist or are you support communists? But anyway, it's really no one's business who I like, who I don't like. It was just so weird. But enjoy a picture of my poop. He said he reported the picture of my poop, which I found distressing because that's suppression of information. And I said, that's something a communist would do, is report a picture of my poop. This is a private platform. Anyway, so that just happened. if you guys want to see that, hop on over to Instagram, look at my stories. I got screenshots. It's can't make this stuff up. The cringe factor is turned all the way up to 11. Anyway, communist search party. Geez, yeah. Balaclava Bandit, what's going on, man? So back to business. Man, I feel like this music's loud. I'll turn it down a little bit more. Man, today is a positive thing. I wanted this whole live stream. It was spur of the moment. I just like it, just bam, it like hit 100K subs. I thought, you know what, we should go live. I don't have a video prepared to go live Sunday. The big reason for that is just got married. Got married last weekend. The ring actually has Bakelite material in it. Isn't that neat? This dude can actually put plum mag material in your ring. It's a titanium band. And I told him, dude, I thought it would be so cool to have a ring with Bakelite in it. And he hooked it up. I'll post some information about this later when the guy's ready for me to, because he's trying to get back into business of making these. It's freaking sick, dude. So we got married, haven't been able to film or do anything lately. That's been my number one priority, was getting hitched and getting locked down pretty good. So the wedding was awesome. Don't have a video for you tomorrow, so I thought this would be a nice subsidy for that. Thank you, everyone, for the congrats. Means a lot. And I know Rachel enjoys hearing that too. So for me, it was like two big wins. Got married, hit 100K. Man, we got to go live and talk to some people. So tonight, I would ask you all, please don't tip any money. Like, I know some people will tip in these live streams. Don't do that. Nothing tonight. Don't do that at all. This is me giving back to you guys 100%. I want to answer as many questions as I can. I'm going to try to get to as many as I can. We're going to bring on a couple people. One guy I really want you guys to meet. I see he's already in the comments. We'll bring him on soon. And then we'll bring a little lady on for you later. Pretty sweet ring. Yeah, Mike. Dude, it's awesome. On the inside, he even electro penciled Rachel's name on it. It looks like it's like the same font that you would see like on Yugo SKS's when it's all electro penciled. It looks kind of like that. It's very fitting for a Bakelite ring. It's pretty cool. Awesome, man. I'm just reading all the congrats, dude. I really appreciate that. I really do appreciate that, everybody. It's really freaking cool. Yeah, I should say that Rachel got it specially made. She is behind getting this thing made, man. I said it would be cool one day, and she found the guy. She had to track this dude down. He had posted on Facebook years ago, but really wasn't posting anymore. She had to follow the breadcrumbs to someone that had his email address and got in contact with him, and he freaking cranked one out. So thank you, Rachel, for making that happen. Just got off work. Time for some whiskey. Yeah, man. All right. So, hey, totally not prepared for tonight. I just want you guys, if you have any questions, anything you want to talk about, let's get into it. We'll talk about waffle stomps eventually. We can't seem to get away from waffle stomps. Oh, we've already talked about poop. We just talked about poop earlier. See, every stream we talk about poop. Every single one, man. That's right. Charlie, in 2 weeks, we're going to Kalashnikon in May. So you bet we're coming up in May. I know some of you know exactly what that means. And we're actually practicing tomorrow. It's not here anymore, but we have a pile of guns and ammo and mags that are loaded. We're practicing tomorrow. And we have... Next weekend, we have a long-range practice day. Kalashnikon makes you shoot out to like 600 yards, which is freaking tough with AKs, especially on irons. So Rachel's stressing, man. Like, this match is tough. You have to... Every rifle has to be slung. It's a two-gun match. You have to have a pistol. Every mag has to be retained on the body, so you're going to be using dump pouches. You just have a lot of gear on you, and it's a lot to remember. So we're gonna brush up. I can't tell you, other than Kalashnikon, I don't think there's a single match I shoot all year that one makes me use a sling or makes me retain mags. It's the only one. So it's like a perishable skill. It's not something we do. So if you don't use it, you lose it. So it's like doing it for the first time all over again. Even though it's only been a year ago. Let's talk about range bag sizes. I would say mine is, I'm not even sure how big it is. That big? It's pretty big. Pretty big range bag. I've tried the small ones. I cram so much crap in them, they eventually, holes start to develop and they fall apart. I actually got mine from Primary Arms. They make a big, chunky range bag. It's got a couple of side pockets that you can stuff a lot of pistol holsters in with individual slots. 2 side pouches I keep all my ear pro. Inside is like a trash can, man. That's where all the gloves go, and the ear pro, and the spare batteries, and chamber flags, and tools. A big bag. Let's all stand and wipe our butts. Standing up for Clayco with 100K milestone. Dude, no. Wipe your butt sitting down like a normal human being, or waffle stomp it. If you're going to stand up and push all your poop together and then wipe, you might as well take a shower and waffle stomp. I refuse to accept the fact that people wipe their butts standing up. Oh, yeah, that's big news, dude. The 5.56 barils are for sale right now on Arms of America. If you guys don't follow their social media, they just dropped them yesterday at 4 o'clock. I was waiting for it. Those are those types of AKs, man. You should get one while they're available, because when we lose Polish imports, everyone's going to wish they would have bought a baril. That is going to be a gun that doubles in value if they never go away. If you got 500, if you got $1,500 to spare, do it. Get a baril. Just for the collector value as an investment. Worth it. Midwest Savage, you guys got to follow this dude on Instagram. Really great videos. Just in case he thinks that we don't watch. I've been watching his Fox 5.56 series. He had a Polish 5.56 gun that was having a ton of issues. Sent it back. Got it back on return after some repair work. Seems to be working okay. Love those types of videos where people have problems. They expose them. They send it in. And then we get to see if they fix it or not. We're seeing that with a lot of PSA stuff. Unfortunately, Mr. Midwest Savage had that with a Polish gun. Even the good stuff can have problems, it seems. But it looks like his is working pretty good for him. Damn, too bad I'm not home to get you that takedown lever for your Alpha. Don't worry about it, dude. It's working. I don't have to take it down all the way, and I can still take it down. It's just a big pain in the ass. It's doable. Morris Samo, we shot the WinterCon too. That one looks awesome, but man, never shot in the cold snow like that. I've shot in the cold, never in the snow. Congrats on your marriage. Working overseas and your content really brightens up my day off. I'm happy to hear that, dude. That's cool. It's a 60-40 split between sitting and standing. It should be 100% one way, dude. YouTube user, greatest name on the internet. I don't know how you got that tag. Oh, wait a second. I'm an idiot. We figured this out last time. For some reason, I'm freaking R-worded. But we saw a dude last time that said YouTube user, and I'm like, who the hell is lucky enough to get that name? But it's all these dudes that don't have accounts, but they're still watching. I'm an idiot. Glad you got one. He snagged a freaking baril, man. Midwest got one too. Freaking dope. Odd question. Do you know if Dr. Davernov 545 chest rigs will work with Zastava 5.56 mags? Yeah, they should work. Absolutely, they should. Circle 10 5.56 mags are kind of chunky compared to really slim slab side 5.45 style mags. That might be your only issue, is stuffing Circle 10 mags in there. The baril would match my Tantal so well, bro. Gotta get a baril, man. I'm hoping to borrow a micro baril, mini baril. Been thinking about Dracos too long. A mini baril that's been fully SBR'd. It's got the Archer stock, has the full upgrade package. I'm going to try to borrow that and film it. I didn't realize how freaking cool a mini baril could look if, like, with the full getup, with a stock mounted and everything. They look freaking cool. So I'm going to try to borrow one. Average barrel price, they're $1,500. I'll tell you right now, that's what they are. And that's a great price, considering when the barrels came in years ago through IO, when they went away, they were selling for a hell of a lot more than $1,500 on the used market. Now you can buy that same gun brand new for $1,500. That's why it's such a good investment. If it ever goes away, you've just doubled your money easy. And those upgrade kits, AOA, so they have it's like a $500 upgrade kit where you get the Archer stock, the railed handguard, and the pick rail, the optic mount that hinges on your sight block and your rear trunnion. They sell you that whole upgrade package for $500. That's the kind of stuff that will be worth a ton of money if it ever goes away. The Atlas and B&T maxed out my gun buying. Oh, well, yeah, you just got to stop buying all that nice stuff. Had the money saved for a barrel when Washington State banned them. Yeah, man. Isn't it crazy that Illinois banned assault weapons, and right now they're in this grace period where it might stick, it might not, and you can hurry up and buy all over again? I know that's affecting Zastava and Krebs Customs. They're all in Illinois, and that affected them. They lost all their foot traffic coming in and out of the door. It was internet traffic only at that point. Now they can start selling to locals again, but it might all get ripped away. All right, let's get a few more questions in, and then I'll bring on a very special guest. Let's see. Is the barrel Zenitco compatible? I would say not easily, but dude, I've seen people do some crazy stuff with Zenitco. If you're handy with a Dremel, you could probably get something to happen, but right from the get-go, I would say no, not compatible. If anyone in the comments has made it work with a barrel, let us know. Bought a WBP Jack Classic. It's a marvelous Polish import for sure. Awesome. Those are great looking guns. Two Galils and a primary weapons AR have done my gun budget for the year. Man, I wish I could show guns on YouTube Live. I got 3 guns as wedding presents. I got a Mosin Nagant, which I'll make a video on. Thank you, Cody at Weapon Genetics. I got the SKS. You guys saw that video. You guys seem to like that. And I got something really special, man. I'll tell you about it, and then you just have to wait for the video. I have what is known as an SLR 100H. It's the receiver, but it's the kit that was used is a Type 3 original barrel Hungarian kit. So the thick AK-47 Type 3 barrel, everything's Hungarian, all numbers matching, built on a Bulgarian milled receiver with Hungarian wood. This thing is freaking sick, dude. I actually bought it years ago, sold it to my uncle. I've been trying to get it back for years, and they freaking gave it back to me for the wedding. I was blown away. This thing is so awesome. Gordon Tech built a bunch of these. I don't believe this one was. They were built by 3 or 4 different countries, 3 or 4 different companies. Mishiko is the only dude that has a decent video on this AK, who built it, why they're so special, and about how many and when they were made. We got one. It's going to be great. Can you attach a PSL scope to an SKS? There's really no way to mount a scope to an SKS without something, without some Bubba parts. They just have no optic mounts. All right. I have to bring this guest on. I can see him down there in the lobby. We talk about this gentleman a lot. And I've recently gotten hardcore into cigars, maybe about a year ago. Really started watching a lot of Davidoff videos, the Davidoff Lounge in London, the Zahakian brothers. I would watch these dudes smoke cigars, talk about cigars, and the way they go about it really pulls you in. It really makes you want to experience the whole cigar culture. It's kind of like a Gucci culture, depending on how you get into it. But having done that, I've also been talking to this guy for a little while, who is also hardcore into cigars. He's into AKs, and he's also into Texas. Doesn't live in Texas, but he's very into Texas, comes into Texas all the time. In fact, I didn't even notice the shirt he's wearing. Of course he's wearing that shirt. Okay, guys, without further ado, my man, all the way from Germany, never before on the live stream, Pascal.
Good evening, everyone.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
Oh, man, it's really good to see you. Really good to hear you. I wish I could smoke in here, but I can't.
Yeah, I live in a single home, so no one cares.
Show everyone your shirt. He's got his Bucky shirt on, probably the only one in Germany. Howdy, partners. So if you guys don't know who Pascal is, I'll give him a brief introduction, and then I would like for him to introduce himself. Pascal has been coming to Kalash Bash the last, you came last year. You came to Lethal Weapons. This man has flown all the way to Texas twice within the last 6 months to shoot AKs, to shoot machine guns, to compete at a carbine match, to even work the event from a completely different country. This kind of thing's totally unheard of. No one's ever done this before except for Pascal, and he's done it twice. So Pascal, introduce yourself.
Yeah, my name is Pascal. I am 27 years old, and I like guns.
AK Pingu, yeah, here he is. You guys want to follow Pascal on Instagram? I think you changed your name recently, though. Let me pull that up. So what time is it right now for you?
It's 3:23 a.m.
You work the night shift for your current employer, correct?
Yes, night shift only. So my time schedule is like living in Texas.
Let me pull up your Instagram for everyone here to see. Here we go. Here's your boy. He's an honorary Texan. He's been to Texas twice. Okay, at that point, you're basically a Texan. I think the first time you came out, man, there's got to be a picture of it. My man's rocking cowboy boots, a belt buckle, denim jeans, and a cowboy hat. I think he bought it all at a Buc-ee's too, which is awesome. There he is. So, man, what made you want to get on tonight? You just sort of hit me up out of the blue, and we just sort of pulled this thing together at the last minute.
I didn't make any notes. I just saw you posting that you're going live, and I thought, hey, I got time. But you were talking about drinks at the start. I'm drinking this. You may recognize the bottle. It's the same I brought you.
I do recognize it, yes. Oh, and on your recommendation, I purchased some of the Menudo rum cigars, the coffee flavored, and I think it was only those two. I bought a coffee flavored cigar. It was the only one they had. I gave it to Tony for a wedding gift. I've had several of the rum flavors, which I think is what you were smoking at the campsite. And I bought a 5-pack right after that. They were so good.
Yeah, they were sold out here, so I bought 2 boxes. And that was like 2 years ago now. And now they are all gone. We don't get them anymore.
So people in the comments, you have a very interesting fellow in Germany who has AKs. You know, their gun laws are slightly different from ours. Do you guys have any questions for Pascal while we have him here? I've already asked him 1,000 questions, so I'm curious if anyone has any new questions. How come companies make new SKSs? I think he means no companies make SKSs. Why are no new SKSs made like new AKs?
I would say there are already too many on the market. I mean, we can still buy them here.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer. And, you know, if I had the choice between an SKS that had a lot of age to it, I would probably buy that, a surplus SKS compared to a new production.
Yes. we had a lot of them who were remade in the original factory in Russia, and then they sold them here for $500.
Oh,
And
wow.
now you get them for 600.
Midwest Savage would like to know, can you send me a Delta Tech for my KP9?
That's the
That's-
compensator on the front, right?
Right, it's a compensator.
Yeah. Is it the one made from Zenitgo?
Yes.
I still can buy them. It just depends on my government if they let me get it into the country.
Is it made by Zenitco or is it actually made by Delta Tech?
No, I think it's made by Delta Tech.
Okay, help me out,
I never
Midwest.
saw them on the Zenitgo page.
I've seen them. So, I mean, basically, it's a muzzle device, right? I've heard one in person on a 16-inch KP9, and I'm not tattling on anybody, but it was freaking quiet, extremely quiet. Here's a good buddy of mine, Mr. Balaclava Bandit. He wants to know, how do you like living in Germany, and what's it like to visit America in your experience?
It was pretty cool. If I would move to America, I would like to live on the farm with horses and cows and just live on the countryside, because that's how I grew up in Bavaria. But Germany is pretty nice. I got a high-paid job. I got 50 days off a year paid. We got a nice healthcare system, even they don't pay everything.
50 days off. We wouldn't even know what to do with 50 days off.
Me either. I go work somewhere else.
Wow. Okay, let's see. What's the dumbest gun law in Germany aside from magazine restrictions?
My gun dealer just made a new account for a civil HK 416. A sport shooter can buy this rifle. Now he added another handguard with the M-lock rails, and he just put on those Magpul M-lock covers, and then it's considered a sport shooting rifle, and he can buy it. Just because of M-lock covers.
And what rule does that break? Or does it change the firearm?
It's kind of a war weapon law. So for a sport shooting rifle, you need at least those 16-inch barrels, or you are not allowed to see the gas tube and things like that. Same with the AK. The sport shooting AKs here need the Magpul Zukov handguard.
Wow, so it can't look scary.
Yes, right.
Wow, okay, that's a pretty dumb law.
But if you got a hunting license like me, no one cares. I can buy what I want. Just walk in the store. At least I have money. I can take every rifle with me.
Interesting. And suppressors are over-the-counter items.
Yes. So I just ordered one new hunting rifle and the suppressor 2 days ago. It just takes a week because I have to zero the scope and get the mounting gear. But normally I could walk in the store and walk out with it.
Wow. I mean, it's interesting. Some things are extremely lenient and sensible, like a suppressor should be an over-the-counter item. Why wouldn't you want to save your hearing and everyone else's? But if the gun looks scary without a hunting license, you get in trouble. That's wild.
Yes.
Outer
really
space
wild.
landscape. He wants to know, Pascal, how fun is the Autobahn?
When it's empty, it's very fun. My car can drive up to 157 miles an hour. But mostly the problem is if there's a speed limit like 120 kilometers an hour, that's about 70 miles. If there's a speed limit, they drive faster on the left lane. If there is no speed limit, they drive with 60 miles on the left lane, and you're not allowed to overtake from the right side in Germany, so you have to stay behind them. So if you want to drive fast, drive at night.
But people do still overtake on the right, I'm sure.
I may saw it 3 times in my life.
Wow. I guess we're just a bunch of rule breakers here.
You're gonna lose your driving license if you do that.
So the penalties are much more strict, I assume.
Yes.
Got it. I think you kind of covered this, but how does one in Germany go about buying a firearm? Let's say you have no licensing and you're finally of age. What would you have to do?
If you have no license, you need to get a hunting license. That really depends on the the country where you live in Germany. Where I live, you need to make a course. They only do one exam a year. Other countries do like once a month. And so I get a 1-year course, 2 school days, and 1 shooting day range every week. And then I get a 3-day exam to get my hunting license, and then I can buy whatever I want. As a sport shooter, you need to shoot 12 times a year, once per month, or 18 times in total. Then you get from the shooting association a paper that says, hey, we want this guy to have his own rifle for competitions. And then he get a permit to buy a rifle with designated calibers. So you need an entry for the caliber before he's buying a rifle. And I can just buy what I want.
Not quite as easy as it is here. Mountain Gunner, I hope that answered your question.
But the hunting license is really expensive. I think I paid about 5,000 euros. And my friend in Switzerland is doing a hunting license right now. To get his full hunting license, it takes 6 years.
At what age do you finally unlock the ability to apply for the hunting license?
When I was 17.
17. And drinking age is 18. Correct?
No, 16.
All right.
For beer. Wine at 14.
All right. I did not know that. AK Lover wants to know, what 2 AK brands are your favorite?
Number 1 is the Ishmael ones or the Zyger that I have. But right now I would prefer the Polish ones, the WBP.
Really?
Yes. Because it's easy to get them here.
So you would say it's your favorite because of ease of access. As quality wise, you would still say WBP is up there, being your number 2?
The ones we get here are really good. We have the Romanian one, the Cigars. They are good too. They cost the same, like 1,200 euros each. The only thing I wouldn't buy is the SDM from China. You're gonna cut your hands if you want to do something on the rifle.
I believe Polnar Tactical made a video on one of those. Of course, we have no access to Chinese rifles, but
yeah. No one imports them anymore because we get the WBPs and the Cigars now.
I want to add on to this question. Okay, so we know that you can get Russian variants and Polish variants and Romanian. Is there any other variant, any country, any brand that is not so common that you can buy?
I would say no. The problem is we don't get any new guns from Russia right now. They are banned since 2014. My gun is made in 2019, and so they were allowed to fulfill old contracts, and every AK gets into the country over Italy. So they get in till 2022. And now there is no new coming in.
Gunpowder Nitro says, are any original pre-banned DDR AKs available there? And is US-made AKs available? I'm not sure what he means by DDR. I might just...
It's the German Democratic Republic, East Germany.
Okay.
Deutsche Demokratische Republik. You can buy them. They're sometimes on the gun stores, but you have to be lucky to find one, and they get sold very fast.
Interesting.
US-made AKs. My gun dealer just got 30 KUSA KP9s before Christmas.
Okay,
they just
those
took 2.5 years to get in here.
Wow. Are those pretty popular?
I only know 3 people who got them. They don't sell much of these rifles. Most people here are buying AR-15s.
Interesting. What are laws like in Germany regarding short-barreled rifles or, rifled pistols?
It depends on overall length. If the gun is under 60 centimeters, it's considered a short gun. And if it's over 60 centimeters, it's a long gun. For a long gun, I just can put them in my safe because it's an old classification. For the short guns, I need to put them in another safe in the safe. The new classifications, you can just store the loaded mag in the gun.
Okay. This is actually a question I wanted to ask too. What's the surplus market like for World War I, World War II guns, bolt actions, things like that?
Bolt actions is no problem. The problem is all other guns like the PP 41 or an MP40. They're not only very expensive because of the new gun law with the high magazines. No one can buy them without a special permit for the long mags or can shoot them. So in other countries like in Switzerland or in France or in Poland, you can just buy them. No one cares. They're just expensive.
These are semi-automatic variants, correct?
Yes. Depends on your license. But bolt actions is no problem. I just was looking for a Mauser 98 today. They're starting about $350 here.
Are Rammstein shows better in Germany?
I only saw them in Germany. Never saw them in another country. I think we got a bit more fire here.
Okay.
They are calling the fire department ones because there was like a half-mile big black cloud over the stadium.
You told me about that. We've had this conversation. I remember that. I'm a huge Rammstein fan. Rachel, not so much, but she's getting there. What do you prefer, Galil Ace or Sig 550/551? I already know the answer to this question.
Yes, after Kalashnikon, I really liked the Galil Ace. But in January, I was shooting with my friend in Switzerland, his army rifle, a Sig 550, and I loved that beast. I want to buy one maybe next year in Switzerland and import it by myself because they cost like 1,600 in Switzerland, and here I have to pay 5,000 to 6,000.
I would say that's probably what they go for here as well.
Yeah.
Extremely expensive. And we have very limited batches. I mean, sometimes the only importer I know of is in Texas. And sometimes they come in 20 pistols, 20 rifles, maybe 50, maybe less, maybe a dozen. You never know when they come in, and when they do, it's a very small number. And they sell for $5,000 to $7,000. Do you have a K98?
No, I always wanted to buy one, but every time I'm looking for one, I think, hey, you're just gonna shoot it like 3 times a year. It's not worth spending the money.
Do you have, I think you've answered this question, sorry if I forgot. Do you have a limit to the amount of guns that you can own?
With my hunting license, I'm limited on 2 handguns or
But as
shotguns.
Rifles.
On rifles, no problem.
Okay.
I just need a safe to fit all that. In my safe, I think it's for 7 rifles.
Got it.
The newer ones are limitless.
Interesting. What about the STG 44?
We get new ones in 22 long rifle.
Ah, okay.
But in single automatic only.
What is the company's name that makes those?
I'm not sure, but the company who's bringing them to other countries, it's the same who imports all the guns from America. It's called GSG, German Sport Guns. They're doing airsoft, blank firing guns, and all that stuff.
How do you feel about Anthrax? Is Anthrax bad?
I don't remember what it is.
No, it's a band. I can hear Rachel laughing from the other room. Is Anthrax bad? Probably a pointless question. Is full auto reasonably attainable for an average person? Paid stupid money for my transferable machine gun. Okay, so he owns a transferable machine gun. What's it like to own one in Germany?
You only can own one like if you want to buy it in Texas for demonstrations, for documentaries and police, and you need some special papers for it. I know 2 guys who have that in Germany, but it's not... I don't want to get one because it's too hard to get, and you need a safety instruction for the whole house, like a safety company that is looking for you if you're away and all that stuff. with video cameras, and I don't want it.
Yeah, definitely not worth it. Here, I mean, everyone in the comments knows, but if you don't know in the comments, there's really only two ways that you can have a machine gun: a legal transferable machine gun made before they were banned. It's treated, there's a tax stamp that comes with it. But it's supply and demand. So everything that was here before that machine gun ban is grandfathered in. So all of the machine guns are getting extremely old, 30 plus years old. So because they've been gone so long and there's a very limited amount, fully transferable M16 is $30,000 to $50,000, and P5's $30,000 to $50,000. That's just what it takes. But you, as a civilian, non-felon, you can legally own one if you have the money and if you're willing to apply for the tax stamp. The only other way is to have an FFL. And once you become an FFL, or you receive your firearms license, you can apply for an SOT, which allows you to manufacture stuff and things. You can then obtain a post sample meaning post-ban sample of a machine gun. And these, like Pascal said, these are classified as demonstration purposes only. They require law letters. They cannot be sold to civilians. If you give up your licensing, they have to be destroyed or transferred to another FFL that has an SOT. Those are really the only two ways. So you have a gun shop, you want to apply for your SOT, you can get you some machine guns. But again, you can't do anything with them. You can rent them out. A lot of people do. You can't sell them, and you can't take them with you when you give up all those licenses. So really the only two ways. Oh, Big Papa Fluffy. Pascal, do you remember Big Papa Fluffy? I know you do.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah. Man, hey, if anyone...
every 2 days.
Oh, cool. Hey, if anyone's joining the chat and you're seeing Pascal for the first time, you didn't hear his introduction. Pascal is our good friend from Germany that has come to Texas twice in the last year to Kalash Bash. He's come to Lethal Weapons. He shot the match at Lethal Weapons, did great. He's worked full staff. He's a staff member, shot machine guns, played with AKs. And I think next time he's trying to get his own AK into the country to shoot the match, which should be very exciting.
And I have to check on that because I talked with a friend on last weekend. It really depends on my government because I bought my gun with the hunting license and they could deny it because I'm going to use it for a sport shooting competition. And if I use my hunting AK for sport shooting competition outside of Germany, they still can take away my guns.
Interesting.
That's so stupid.
This is the gentleman that actually ran a 550. I remember that. I saw two guns that I thought were the coolest guns. One was this gentleman who ran a full-length 550 with bipods on the handguard. And I can't believe you would bring a gun that nice, that rare, and beat it up at the match. That's incredible. That's what guns are made for. That and a guy, Zach, one of Brandon's gunsmiths, ran a suppressed VZ61 Scorpion and was making hits at 200 and 300 yards. Pretty incredible. Yep, Lethal Weapons. That's where he ran it. Very cool. I see Misha. Yeah, so Misha sells the 550s. Misha is very tight with the importer that's bringing in all of the Swiss guns. So Misha's always going to get a couple. He's really the guy that has the best YouTube videos on SIGs that make it over here into America. He's got all the videos. He literally gets a copy of every single one. He's the guy. Pascal, in Germany, what shooting sport is the most common?
IPSC is getting very popular here, but most sport shooting here is shooting statically at about 25 yards at the paper target. And that's the most common sport shooting here. Because for IPSC or like shooting competitions you have where you can run and shoot, there are not many ranges that allow this or have the reasons to get that. Like they need an extra air condition and special thing where the bullet gets in because of the lead. So most of them only get them for pistol calibers.
So Lethal Weapons was your first carbine match, and I believe you told me before there's really nothing like just pure carbine matches in Germany, just rifle only run and gun style matches.
There is, but only for 9mm rifles.
Okay, you told me that. I forgot. Rachel asks, "Can we come visit Pascal?"
Yeah, behind that wall, I got a guest room.
You hear that, Rachel? We really do want to visit Germany. We've talked about it. The only time I've ever left the country was Mexico, which is our neighbor, so it's not that big a deal. We really would like to visit Europe, and after meeting you, I would love to go to Germany. I would love for that to be my first trip outside of the country.
Yeah, we should meet in Bavaria. It's 6 hours from me, but it's just really nice there. You have the Alps, you have nice seas. Austria is there. You can drive to Switzerland.
Is that Chris? That's an odd name, Chris. I think I recognize him in the picture. He says, "Can you own semi-autos for hunting in Germany?"
Yes, we can, but for hunting purpose, we are only allowed to load 2 rounds in the mag. It's an old hunting law made by the Nazis.
Interesting.
Most of our gun laws are still there since 1936.
On that topic, this is not something I'm into yet, but I can't stop watching the videos. Show you something here. Whoop. This would be Whitman's Antique Militaria. Right, here we go. So I don't know why I can't stop watching these videos, but a buddy of mine collects daggers, World War II, World War I, German daggers. I never knew there was such a huge world of collectors for honor daggers. I had no idea. SA daggers, SS daggers, all kinds, naval daggers. I didn't realize how expensive these things were. The one he's holding there, an SA dagger, probably sells for, I don't know, $5,000 if it's nice. I mean, I had no clue. There's a huge collecting market. I'm looking at the wrong screen. A huge market in this country. I'm sure this is a cliche question you probably get asked all the time. Would anything like this, are you allowed to collect anything like this from World War II?
This one with the SS logo, I don't think so. Most things here you're only allowed to have if they are from your own family. So you get them after your dad died or whatever. But you can go to another country and buy them. This month there is the biggest army meeting in Europe, in Belgium, on the mili trucks. There you can buy stuff like that.
Interesting. Yeah, I never knew. I knew. So I used to listen to Motorhead all the time, and there's a really good documentary on Lemmy Kilmister, who was really big in collecting Nazi memorabilia. And he made a really good point. He collected it purely because it's just well-made stuff. It really is. The stuff's made great. And, he said, I get asked all the time why I would collect something like this, why I would collect the uniforms. Like, why would I do that? And he said, if Hugo Boss made the American uniforms, I would probably collect that. It's just extremely well-made stuff.
Yes.
And the honor daggers are incredibly well-made.
Yeah, and many people here try to delete our history, but it's a part of our history and we can't delete it. So we should keep it, and they're trying to get rid of everything.
Oops, sorry about that. I think we lagged out for a second, but yeah, I was just curious. I've always wanted to know what you thought about that. I know we talked about this at Cody's, and Cody has an employee that collects honor daggers. So I've just been watching a ton of videos on them lately. It's very intriguing.
Yeah, I would collect stuff like this too, But if I have stuff like this here, and the police will show up randomly to check my safe if it's storage correctly, they could say I'm a Nazi and I will lose all the guns.
Oh,
So
not worth it
it's
at
a
all.
risk.
Yeah, not
It's
worth
legal,
it at all.
but still they can say you are untrustfully, so everything is gone.
JC9 asks, in Germany, do you have the Kalashnikon SR1 counterbalance system AKs?
Yes, there are a few, but you can buy them here.
You can buy them.
Yes.
Oh wow.
There's
Do you know how rare that would be here?
They still have them in stock. It's Waffenhof point AT. They have really nice videos about old guns. They're showing different Musina guns or Mauser 98s and that stuff.
Interesting. Yeah, we've only seen videos. I don't believe one's ever made it stateside that I know of. Babushka kid. Wait, who was Pascal? He was at our wedding too. He
yeah, I see some videos from him dancing.
He livened up the dance floor with his pistol in his pants and everything. And
Yeah.
naughty. I had to ask several people. I'm like, hey guys, listen, I don't want to be the concealed carry police, but can you not have your pistol just hanging out at the wedding? The owner is totally not cool with that. And Jacob is just flailing on the dance floor with his pistol tucked in his pants. I'm like, you know what? I'm just gonna let it go. We'll see what happens. Super Geo Killer. Pascal can borrow one of my rifles. Well, maybe he wants to use his own rifle, Geo Killer. You ever thought of that?
Yes. Because it's kind of weird if you shoot the competition with the gun you never had in your hands. The gun I was shooting with on Lethal Weapons Texas from Charlie, thank you very much for that. He said he even shot like 10 rounds before with that rifle. So it was virgin rifle.
What's your favorite handgun?
I really have to say the SIG P226. I wanted to buy one. But I have to say the US-made handguns from SIG are not really good in like quality, because they are so expensive here, and I pay like twice what you pay, so I don't pay this for this quality. So I got an HK45 and Smith & Wesson 629 and Glock 17, who is now since 11 months at my gunsmith for an air slide cut.
Well, there you go. You heard it. American SIGs are shit, as Pascal would say.
The rifles too.
Oh man. Yeah, that was such a bummer. We have so many American SIGs, and all anyone ever wanted was a copy of the original that took actual Rock and Lock SIG mags, and all we got for years were the AR-15 magwells, the AK magwells, and the last one they ever made, the 551A1 that actually took SIG mags, was the Swan Song. It was the last one, and then they completely stopped making them, and there's no support for parts anymore.
You remember the SIG Cody had at his shop where he smoked a cigar before Lethal Weapons? He was claiming about the shitty US-made handguard he had on his Swiss SIG. I have to ask him what handguard he needs, because I'm twice this month in Switzerland and could bring him an original one that fits.
Oh, well, you and I should talk, because we have a... Sorry if I keep lagging. I need a SIG 553 or a 552 handguard real bad. Like, real bad.
Which one? The 553?
553, yes.
I'm gonna write my friend later, because I'm one day shooting with some friends from the Mountain Hunters from the Swiss Army, and then a week later I'm again there, where we have a big tent camp where we need to be the field medics for emergency and stuff.
Ever heard of Zastava rifles rusting because of Ultimax? Can't say I've ever heard of that, my man.
Me either. I only know one person who has in Zastava, and he blocked me because I just claimed, do you want to shoot my Russian AK?
Oh, Zastava hater, block.
I didn't hate on his gun. I just said because he don't has a hunting license, and so he can't buy my gun.
Cody says Mosin Garbage Rod is superior to the other two.
I like Mosins.
YouTube user, you should make an account. YouTube user, he says Bavaria is great. They make some nice cars too.
Yeah, but really the quality of all cars is going down. It's really sad, but they are all cutting in material and shit.
Does Pascal know about J Stark and 3D PG?
I never heard of that. Do you know what that is?
I do not. Moving on. The old Kriegsmarine has some really nice artificial reefs, LOL.
Yes, there is a really nice old submarine from World War II that was that sunk in the North Ocean from here, yeah, in the North Sea. And then Denmark was lifting it up and sold it for €1 for one D-mark in that time to the government of Germany, and they rebuilt it as a training submarine. And now it's a museum.
Got it. J Stark printed the 3D guns. That's what they were asking. Thank you for clarifying.
Yeah, I see some of the things, of the drawings. A friend of me got them all and sent it to me. I wouldn't trust those guns. If a gun need to, the problem is in Germany, a gun here need a government approval shot. They choose the maximum of the caliber plus 30%, and they shot it 3 times. If it can withstand this, then it's safe.
Got it. Can you still buy HK rifles for hunting?
Yes.
Yes.
Just depends on if you're not lucky, you may need to wait 1.5 years. No, they don't make G3s for the civil market. They were only less. Schwab Arms is doing some, and those Turkish company MKE.
MKE, right?
Yes, and I don't like those rifles.
Interesting. Here, we really like the MKEs. Let's see. Thoughts on Meridian Defense Pestilence. I've wanted one for years, but they obviously cost a lot and take a while. Thinking about placing an order. Congrats on 100K. I guess that question's for me, Kevin. I've seen one up close. They're awesome. They're really cool guns. Meridian Defense does a really good job of marketing, and they've done a great job. The 4 Horses of the Apocalypse series. It's a cool gun. I love the idea of a very modern gun that looks really old and beat up. I love that. I like how they age them. I like the surplus wood. They're nicely made. Meridian Defense really makes nice stuff. They really do. Everyone in here knows J Stark. I'm behind the times. I don't know who that was. Man, I'm so out of touch with the 3D printed stuff. That's not my forte. But RIP J Stark, apparently.
It really depends on the printer type. If you have those printers that print in metal sand with a laser, I would trust those guns, but just not the barrel. But all other things from PVC or whatever, they hold like one shot.
So apparently this gentleman was German. The German cops raided him and killed him. Apparently he was 3D printing guns in Germany. Sorry, I totally was out of touch on that one.
I don't hear of them. I only know about one thing where an 18 or 19-year-old guy was building his own guns and shotguns and was trying to get into a Jewish church and shoot them, and he can't even get through the door.
Hey, Pascal, as a European, why do you think America has such an issue with shootings?
Too less concealed carry.
Not enough
if you
people
have concealed carry in a state and you walk into a bank or whatever, you have in your mind, 2 out of 3 people have a concealed gun. I don't rob this bank. But if he knows, hey, no one is allowed to carry a gun here, I'm gonna rob this dude over there.
Isn't it funny how common sense works? An armed society is a polite society. I definitely agree, man.
When they're talking about the gun law here, they're always claiming, hey, we don't want things like in America with all the shootings. And all the shootings, we get notifications here or in the news, it's mostly done with illegal guns, or in states we're not allowed to own concealed carry guns or whatever. But they don't tell you this on the news.
No, yeah, exactly. It's done in places that have the strictest gun laws. They're done in places where you are not allowed to have guns in buildings,
Yes.
such as schools.
In gun-free zones.
Like that. Gun-free zones, exactly. Path of least resistance. If you're at the end of your rope or you've got your manifesto written or whatever, and we might get shut down for false information here, so hang on to your butts. Anything that would give you a tactical edge if you're going to walk in and do something stupid like that and not get shot back at, of course that's where you're going to go do it. It's the path of least resistance. You're going to cause the most damage before you finally decide to do everyone a favor and take yourself away from this world and kill yourself. That's where you're going to go do it.
Just this week, there was a refugee on the supermarket parking lot who hit a policeman with a crowbar. He had a big bleeding wound on his head. There were 3 policemen and they waited for more policemen to stop him, and all the people were shouting, shoot him, shoot him. They wanted to hit that guy, but police hold back the civil people. So they don't really act here. The problem is, if the police is doing something, the government is the first person who tried to bring them into the court. So you're not safe as policemen if you do anything.
Let's lighten the mood a little bit. What's your favorite 5.56 AK? I'll let you start first, Pascal. Are 5.56 AKs popular in your country? Probably not, I would imagine.
I don't know someone in Germany. Most of the people here got the 7.62. Some got the 5.45. There are not many 5.56 AKs. The problem is with the new gun law about the 30-round mags. A 10-round mag costs like $100 right now for the 5.56 AK, and it's not worth it. But my friend in Switzerland, Jace on Instagram, he has a 5.56 AK, and after my recommendation, he got in the K&S piston and the ALG trigger, and I love that AK. It has no recoil. I'm gonna do a video with him on this month. That will be fun.
What was the origin of his AK? Who makes it?
I'm not sure. It's not Russian. I think it's Romanian or Polish.
Yeah, the Poles are making a ton of 5.56 AKs right now. If I had to pick my favorite, money, no issue, no object. If money wasn't a problem, I would find just a minty SLR 106 FR. But can't buy those new anymore. If it was a brand new, like a gun that you can buy right now, I know SAM 5s are getting a lot of hate right now. They're overgassed. I would still buy a SAM 5 and try to hopefully get one that doesn't have gassing issues. If it does, try a tunable gas block or a K&S piston. But a milled 5.56 AK, when they're tuned properly, is just something special.
Yes. The K&S piston is glorious.
Yes.
I love that thing. It's happened more than once that people want to call the police on the range because they claimed, hey, you're shooting full auto.
Oh, you're just shooting fast. Okay.
Yes.
999 asks, is it possible to obtain a G36?
Yes, but the civil version is called the STAR 243.
Well, that name just isn't as cool as G36.
Yes. I shot one 2 weeks ago. It was pretty nice with an adjustable gas block and an BNT suppressor on it. Good that that friend still has 30-round mags.
Print, shoot, repeat, open my eyes to 3D printing. Yeah, man. You want to see like YouTube straight up oppressing somebody? If you're not following, he has to go by PSR now. He literally can't even have the word print in his name. Like, we probably can't even be saying it in this live stream without getting shut down. But PSR is probably the YouTube channel for 3D printed pew-pews, if you will. And man, I think we were all watching, like, within the last 6 months, this guy got railroaded by YouTube. I mean, almost had his whole page shut down, almost had 3 strikes, had to delete, I would say, 3/4 of his content, maybe more, over 75% of his videos, and can't even really make a lot of videos anymore that got him all of his subscription base. He just can't do it. He has to do it on Rumble or somewhere else. But what he can do is once he has the completed, gun, the printed gun, he can make a video on that. He has my favorite freaking video. The HK slap is awesome, but the freaking the Glock that is also a bong, is probably one of the greatest gun videos ever made. The dude produces his own music. He does his own filming, does his own editing. His videos are unfreaking believable. And he's also just extremely based when it comes to 3D printed stuff. And
yeah, I just checked my friend's AK. His 5.56 AK is actually the Russian one.
Ah, Saiga. Cool.
Yes. It's 7.62 is not Russian.
Do you know if he has magwell dimples or if it's the slick side receiver? The only reason I ask, the slick side receiver the Cigars and 5.56 that do not have magwell dimples will work with Galil mags.
I'm not sure. I can check this in 11 days.
11
but
days.
Most of the civil Cigars we get here, they get an mag ramp in it.
That's such a German way to answer a question. I will have the exact answer in 11 days. Great question. Is there a push for more gun rights in Germany or Europe in general?
Always. They are always pushing for new gun rights, but mostly to make it worse. There is like a shooting with an illegal gun, and they claim the problem are the legal guns.
Oh, yeah.
So I think that with legal guns, we have 1 crime a year. And that's mostly a suicide. That's like, cutting your balls off because your neighbor has too many kids.
Yep. It's a very easy scapegoat. Guns are a very easy, scary thing to point a finger at.
Yes. Right now, they're trying to ban every self-loading gun, like pistols, rifles, everything.
Yeah, it's an easy problem to try to tackle. There's way more logistics and thought that would have to go into just fixing maybe a human condition, a human problem. People that make very poor decision making. No one wants to tackle that problem, because then social workers have to get involved and it's just a logistical nightmare. But just saying ban all the guns, well, that'll fix it.
Yes.
Let's completely ignore the fact that we have a bunch of dum-dums, a bunch of people that don't know how to put their shoes on and make good decisions in the world. If we just take away all the pointy things or anything that can hurt someone, then we'll all be okay. We'll still live with idiots and dum-dums. Just take the shiny, pointy things away and everything will go away. Babushka Kid. This is why I carry as many places as I absolutely can, including Clay and Rachel's wedding on the dance floor. Yes, we know. Jacob, we know.
And I'm 99% sure I'm allowed to carry in Texas too. Friend will check this because when I get to Kalash Bash, I will bring my Glock because I'm 3 weeks in Texas and I will carry my Glock. So why not?
Okay. And if you need something else, then we can, figure something out.
I don't think that the Barrett will fit in my pants. A 50 cal.
We're going to try.
Okay.
Can you get a civilian MP7 there?
So my gun dealer just said he's gotten really quite connections to HK. He said there will be a civil version of the MP7 maybe beginning at next year. But it will cost about 25,000, and the ammo is really expensive. A friend in Switzerland bought actual HK MP7s, and he paid 35,000 each.
Interesting. That's a lot. What do you pay for 7.62 or 5.45 per round? So just before you answer the question, currently here, 5.45. The last time I checked, maybe a week and a half ago, 70 cents plus, getting close to $1 around. 7.62, I would say between 30 and 40 cents around right now. Here.
Yeah, I always have to compare up to 1,000 rounds, because after 1,000 rounds you get a discount and the real good prices. Let me check.
Oh, we don't get that.
5.45.
Wish we had something like that.
Yeah, so 1,000 rounds 5.45 by 39 cost you $390.
Hold on, I'm American and I'm dumb. Okay.
But it's only because there's a lot of steel case and banal left. For my 7.62 steel case, I paid the same for 1,000 rounds. But for now, I have to buy brass cases, and they are like $740 for 1,000 rounds. And now there's a big company doing brass ammo, and they sell 1,000 rounds for $460. That's okay.
That's 46 cents around, which is pretty good for brass case, I think.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, there you go, Cody. That comes all the way from Cody, our good buddy at Weapon Genetics. Kalashnikon, our good buddy John in the chat. We just had him on. Our last live stream featured John, one of my favorites.
Yeah, we need to get to Whataburger again for breakfast.
Yeah. That's fine dining. Close to Kalash Bash. There's not a whole lot of places to eat. Whataburger is about as good as it gets. Someone may have asked already, but what is magazine capacity in Germany for various firearms?
For handguns, it's limited on 20 rounds. For self-loading rifles, we have 10 rounds. You need a special permit for them. If you bought the mag before 2017, you're allowed to have them. They can lay around your whole flat. If you bought them past 2017, but before 2020, you can keep them, but have to put them in the gun safe. If you bought them after them, you have to give them away or get a special permit to keep them. So that's why I have the 10 round mags with an extension, because my gun is not a sport shooting rifle. And I need to do 3 competitions a year outside of Germany to get a paper for 30 round mags. But my gun is not a sport shooting rifle, so I don't get it for that rifle.
Interesting. Okay. Are there any folding stock options for Century Arms dual tang machined receivers? So he basically means like milled receivers, dual tang. I would say none that are good. If you're okay getting rid of one of the tangs, then you kind of open yourself up to a lot of decent stock adapters. But as of right now, I really haven't seen a stock adapter for a milled AK that I liked enough to cut the tang off permanently. That's one thing, man, that's kind of lacking with milled AKs. There's not a lot of decent stock options unless you just sort of keep them kind of original and use wood stocks, polymer stocks, things like that. But JMac makes a really good M4 adapter, but you have to remove a tang. I know there's others as well, but kind of limited. The Whataburger in Columbus isn't what it used to be. I like eating at the brewery. I don't know if I think I have eaten there. Mike, I think I've eaten there before. I might have. There used to be a bar. Zach took me there once. I don't think it's there anymore. There's a bar in Columbus across the street from the Whataburger, and that seemed to be the place to go. Is that still there? think we finally knocked out the questions. Hey, anyone that's been joining late, just wanted to say this again, man. This week has been very special to me. Got married, right? And we hit freaking 100,000 subs on YouTube. I never thought that would happen. Very happy to have Pascal here with us to celebrate this awesome occasion. Really quick, this whole YouTube thing, this was, dude, YouTube was literally a place for me years ago. The only reason I even had a YouTube back then, I used to shoot carbine matches all the time with my friends. And I had Instagram, and Instagram was all I cared about at the time because Instagram was a really fun place for gun content. But back in those days, you couldn't really post long videos on Instagram. This was back when Instagram was 60 seconds, and that was it. So we would go shoot carbine matches, and I thought, man, I would love to be able to watch these matches 20 years from now. If I have kids, I would love to be able to show my kids that all the competitions that I shot. So I made a YouTube account, and I would make the editing's terrible, but I would make videos of our carbine matches. I would edit them on Windows XP, on Movie Maker, some of the most terrible editing software that there is at the time. Even in 2016, this editing software was terrible. I was filming everything on a cell phone, and YouTube was a means to an end. I wanted my friends to be able to watch the matches that they were shooting. I would edit them. I would film them. I just wanted everyone to be able to enjoy those videos forever. And that's all it was. Nobody watched them. They got no views, but they were there so I could go watch them later. That's what YouTube started for me. Eventually, Instagram really started to crack down on gun content. I would say around maybe between 2018 and 2019, Instagram completely changed. Gun channels stopped growing. They completely took gun content off of the search function. Anyone that knows Instagram knows the only way to grow a channel is from random people seeing your content on the search function, just scrolling through, seeing random posts. I think we all noticed gun stuff has not been on that in a long time. For a short period of time, it was, and a gun video would get 1 million views on Instagram. Completely stopped. So because of that, in about 2019, I thought, maybe there's something to this whole YouTube thing. Maybe I'll actually try to make okay videos. I don't know how to edit very well. I don't have nice cameras. So back then, I would film everything on cell phones. Rachel, she's in the comments. She would hold, as much as she hated it, she would hold the camera. I would have friends hold the camera. I would have to have someone there holding the camera. And I kept shooting matches. I started, winning matches, and I would tell myself, well, maybe there's something I could pass on to people. Maybe I could show people how I would do reloads. Maybe I could show people maybe my stance, maybe what I've learned taking defensive carbine classes. Maybe there's a point to making a video about that. So I started uploading kind of like how-to videos, I used to call them my how to AK videos years ago. Some of you may have seen them. And before too long, I started noticing that there was almost like more going on YouTube than there was on Instagram. So I started really focusing on YouTube because it was like fresh and new people were interacting, and I was meeting new people through YouTube that I never met through Instagram. And it just sort of grew. And then Kalash Bash started happening, and it was another way to promote the events. And then, I don't know, man, I think I had like one YouTube video finally go viral. I think it was my how to shoot an AK fast. I had my Draco and an ALG trigger, and people would tell me I speed up my content all the time. People would tell me I was editing the footage. People can't shoot an AK that fast. So I literally said, I'm going to film a freaking video. I go show people kind of how I manipulate the trigger to try to really make it sound like full auto. And that video did really well. And I thought, wow, okay, I'll keep making YouTube videos. That one did really well. And man, ever since then, it's just sort of been this slow grind. And before you know it, freaking wake up a couple nights ago and I'm like, babe, you're not going to freaking believe this. We have 100,000 subs. Like, who the hell watches this stuff? This is a hobby. We go to the range and freaking fart around with guns. And to me, the videos aren't that good. So I'm extremely thankful and extremely humbled to have that happen. I'm so thankful to have met people in my life like Pascal, like dozens of you in the comments. making freaking videos on the internet. I never would have met Cody. I never would have met Tony, my business partner. There's so many people in these comments that I know are going to be lifelong friends. I never would have met had it not been because I'm making dumb videos on the internet. And that's kind of special, man. The internet's in a way bad for a lot of things, but for me, it kind of made some special things happen, made some special friends. Without it, never would have met Pascal. Pascal was sending me messages on Instagram a long time ago, and we actually freaking met in person, man. This dude flew all the way to Texas because I was making some freaking internet videos on Instagram and YouTube, and he heard about this Kalash Bash thing. So again, I know this sounds super gushy and super dumb, and I'll quit it after this, but freaking thank you all. Okay, this is pretty crazy. I know 100K isn't that much in the grand scheme of things, but it's to me a very special moment. I'm going to cherish it. Now I'll stop talking before I start fucking crying all over Pascal's shoulder. Anyway,
and I think 99% of the friends I have left, I only knew because of Instagram.
Mm-hmm.
Got friends in Russia, all my buddies in Switzerland, all the Netherlands. I only knew them from Instagram. And then after a year, said, "Hey, let's meet up. I'm in Zurich next week. Are you there? Let's go to a bar."
Gushy like waffle stomps, yes. Yeah, man, it's crazy, and we have to thank so many other people. Without Rachel, none of this would be possible. Like, do you know how hard it is to get someone to hold a camera at a range? Like,
yeah, I see it every time when I try to film something. I worked as a special photograph for 2 years, and every time someone else films something for me, they mess it up.
Yes.
Because they don't have the hand for it.
Yes.
And if I do pics, they don't need any filter. They're just perfect outside.
Yep. And, if you see channels like Grand Thumb, Admin Results, a lot of these channels that are just so successful, to me, like the winning recipe here is, number one, just having content people want to see. But it is so helpful if you have someone that knows how to use a camera. They know, filming guns is a little different. You just have to know where to stand in certain places. You have to be comfortable with guns. You have to know how to keep yourself safe as a camera person. It's not the same. It's not like filming cars where you can stand anywhere you want. With guns, it's a little different. But when I see channels like that, I'm like, man, it is so nice to just have someone there at the range that knows their way around a gun and can handle a camera. And Rachel has been that someone for me. She has gotten really good with camera work and become a really great shooter in her own right. Without that, man, I would struggle. Making videos would be very difficult if it was me buying everything, loading all the mags, loading all the guns, figuring out my camera settings, going to the range, standing outside in the sun all day, shooting, filming, editing, trying to talk and sound smart about whatever I'm talking about. Scheduling the upload, adding the tags, the descriptions, the links. All of that for one person is a ton of work. Having just one of those jobs taken off your shoulders is a huge benefit when it comes to YouTube. Like, you have no idea how difficult this would be for one person to do it all. It would be really hard. Greg tips $5. You guys stop tipping, by the way. Tonight's all about you guys, so you don't have to be tipping, but thank you, Greg. He says, what does the German government think of gun content on social media? That's a great question.
They don't like it. One of my buddies, they had someone who wasn't into guns, and he posted a picture of his AR-15s and the AK with the location and the shooting range and said, "Hey, come here, you can shoot guns and pay for it." Yeah, and the police showed up at his home.
Man, here we are afraid to say the word 3D printed gun, and this guy's actually getting visited for making a gun video. That's crazy.
Yeah. And somewhere up, Cody was asking another question about the German ammo. Mm-hmm. So we can buy German ammo like 9mm here, 1,000 rounds for $250 if you buy at least 3,000 rounds. so that's kind of cheap. But a big company bought our biggest ammo company, Gecko, RWS, Norma, they bought Beretta and Benelli and some others. We only got one big ammo company that owns all ammo stuff in Europe, and it's a Swiss company. It's called Ruag Amotech.
To be fair, almost all of our AK-47 knows Clayco. You know, Reddit's a weird place, man. I used to love Reddit when I first got on. What I really liked about Reddit at first was the fact that you can not only upvote, but you can downvote things. So if people act like turds, you can downvote them. I love that. I love that the crowd can choose who stays and who goes. I kind of like that. But man, Reddit, as of late, has just been freaking gnarly. I don't really post much on Reddit. I might post once every couple of months if I'm lucky. But just everything else I see on there, dude, people are so negative on there, man. Negativity is such a turnoff, dude. Like being negative just for the sake of doing it. Such a turnoff. Yeah, Aiden, by the way. Oh, I've got them right here. Aiden. I'm keeping these. These are mine now. Hey, Aiden, I'm going to mushroom stamp this one and then that one right there before I give them back to you in a couple weeks. Steve MP5 in the chat. What's going on, dude? Hey, Steve. I got a real German here for you. Steve's a big fan of German guns. Yeah. Reddit is a love-hate thing. Definitely. You know what really sucks is AR15.com. That's worse than Reddit. They're going on like communist witch hunts. It's wild. Here, let me see. I wonder if I can pull that up. God, it was so funny. If he hasn't blocked me yet, let me see if it's still here. Here's why AR-15's freaking weird, man. AR-15.com. I'm not on it. I don't even get on the files anymore. I know the files got like taken down and it's back. But anyway, our next guest is down there. I'll bring you on in just a second. But I got to show you guys this conversation I just had. Let's see. Let me share this really quick. So here's the kind of thing that you'll get on Instagram. Just, dude, the freaking weirdos come out of the woodwork. This is Don. Don likes cats. Let me show you Don's account real quick. Just so you know who we're dealing with here. This is Don. This is exactly who you think this would be. I get a random message at 7:13, right? You support this commie? Question mark, no context. Like, what? So I send a question mark. I'm like, okay, I'll bite. He then sends me a screenshot of in range. I'm like, oh, okay. I know a lot of people do not like Carl at In Range TV because of a video that came out of this guy at a certain gathering not too long ago. And, you know, I can see a lot of people not liking the guy. I don't know. I watched the dude's videos on YouTube. I don't know. So I asked the guy, that's an odd question. He says, random it is, but are you aware of his antics and beliefs? Keep in mind, I don't know this person. Totally random. And he likes cats. That's red flag number one. So I say, here's some advice. That's not a great way to start a conversation. Also, you shouldn't be so concerned about other people's business. It's a little weird. He says, you're not answering the question. It's going to pop up on AR15.com on a thread. We are vetting the community for commies. Wasn't a hard question to answer. So I sent him a picture of my poop in a toilet. See that? That's my poop. Right there. I said, there's a picture of my poop. He says, cringe response. I hit him with the greatest comeback ever. No, you. I reported that image too, and I thought, isn't that the pot calling the kettle black, calling me a communist? What, a man can't post a picture of his poop without getting reported around here? This is a public space. Anyway, that's what you get. That's what you get in the internet. That's what you get on AR15.com. Bunch of weirdos. What's going on with you AR-15 jommies and going on like commie witch hunts? What's up with that, man? Mike, you're into AR-15s. What's going on with that? That's a healthy colon right there. Oh, bro. Solid. Fibrous. You see, Pascal, we can't have one live stream where it doesn't devolve into talking about poop. And I can't think of a better time to bring up our next guest, Miss Rachel Labella 107, who is muted.
What up, y'all? Hush.
Здравствуйте, как твои дела?
Hello, Pascal.
Hey.
She's like, Pierre Tati.
Shut up, Clayton.
Oh, by the way, we loved your wedding envelope. We loved that.
Envelope, it's called a card.
We loved your wedding. Thanks, babe. We loved your wedding card. He left us a whole note in Cyrillic.
Yes.
Very nice of him. Dude, your Cyrillic handwriting's really good.
Yeah, it's like really neat too.
It's not that hard to learn. But Rachel said no rubles, so I kind of worried about it.
It was perfect. Where is Morty?
Where's the Morty cam?
He just left, actually. He was sleeping on the bed. Now he's going to go outside or something.
Morty's a busy guy, man. He's always into something. I don't know what he's doing. I never know what he's doing. I never know what he's doing back there, you know?
We need to put a camera on him while we're at work and just have him do whatever.
You know what? I don't think we want to know what he's doing.
I do. He's my son.
Okay.
Does the toy is still alive? I give it to him.
Pascal, do you have any pets?
Has Morty destroyed the toy that Pascal gave him yet?
Oh, gosh. That thing didn't even last for maybe 20 minutes. But what was crazy, it was teaching him, like, this is how it works. When we go skating, when we go on walks, I pulled this. And he's like, whatever, okay. And then I left it without supervision or whatever. And he just, like, started, like, chewing on it and, like, breaking it in pieces. But the thing was, he didn't go for the actual, like, handle, like, the toy on it. He went for, like, the freaking rope and, like, broke it in pieces. I'm like, well, now you can't use it.
Well, so I'm gonna have to bring a new one.
You don't have to do that. He destroys all his toys.
The best part of the stream is Rachel is like 30 feet away. She is probably less than 30 feet away.
Yeah, look right there.
Wouldn't it be crazy if I just did this and my hand showed up like on your screen?
That would be creepy.
Clay's in his nerd cave. She doesn't like the smell in there. Hey, it smells just fine in my nerd cave.
No, it's disgusting.
Smells like a man.
Ugh. And I
It's a
have it
man
all.
cave
I'm in the
with all
bedroom.
smoking.
It's all pretty in here.
Oh my god, I just broke a thing. Damn it.
What'd you break?
My potato
chip
chip
clip?
I broke it.
It's like the 15th one he's broken, Morty.
I'm gonna have to smoke a cigar after this.
I know.
Pascal was smoking one when we started, and man, I was like scratching my neck.
Don't do it inside.
smoke
Go
after this.
outside.
All right. I picked up a couple of really nice Churchills today. I showed Pascal earlier. We bought another Year of the Rabbit for Adam.
Yeah.
local range owner that got ordained to marry us. I thought, Adam's really into cigars. You know, it's funny. Pascal will like this. I knew Adam smoked cigars. I didn't know he was like really into cigars. So we get to the wedding, and I had already smoked a cigar that morning and the night before with all the groomsmen at an Airbnb. So we get to the wedding, and Adam's like, no big deal. He's like, hey, boys, got a whole bag of cigars in the car. You want one? Take one. And when he says a whole bag of cigars, I'm thinking, it's going to be a bunch of cheap ones. I'll wait, because I had a nice one saved for later. So we're like, no, all of us, me, Cody, Mario, we're like, nah, don't worry about it. And he's like, okay, well, they're there. So I see Adam light up a freaking Cuban Cohiba. And I was like, whoa, where'd you get that? He's like, I said I've got a whole bag of cigars. I'm like, well, you didn't say you had stuff like that. I kid you not. Adam pulls out a bag. There had to be $3,000 of cigars.
Why does Cody think I'm pregnant?
Rachel's out.
He goes, Rachel, how does pregnancy feel? Now they're all talking about it. And then like John goes, Pascal, how does pregnancy feel?
You know?
And then Mike goes, did you and Clay settle on a name yet? What are you talking about?
Hey, listen, just because Tony's pullout game is not strong, we know Cody's pullout game is not strong.
No.
Doesn't
All right, we're
mean
gonna roast you now, Cody.
doesn't mean mine has to be, okay? I got my shit together, all right?
Yeah, exactly.
Anyway, long story short, we pull out this bag, and Adam has dozens and dozens of Cuban cigars. The same Cohiba that Pascal brought me that has become one of my favorites. He had a whole bag of them, and I'm like, we can have any of this? He's like, take whatever you want. It's a wedding. So we all smoked another one, and it was awesome. It was very nice.
So
My
did you
favorite-
decide which one you want on next Kalash Bash? The same?
Oh
Yeah.
man, that Cohiba, I've since that one, I've probably smoked that same cigar 3 or 4 times, and I can honestly say it's one of the best, one of the most enjoyable.
The Maduros, the dark ones, are better. If you want that one, I gonna give it to you. If not, if you don't want it, I gonna smoke it.
Okay. Well, I've got plenty of time to think about it.
I like Bella Vanilla. That one's good.
Rachel likes the really cheap flavored cigars. That is okay with me.
They're sweet. Mario
really
likes
like the
them
chocolate
too.
flavor.
Mario said he likes sweet cigars too. It's not just me.
Mario likes the Tatianas.
Yeah, Tatiana's.
Don't let her put the leg lock on you. That's what got me.
Oh my gosh.
He's like, it's happening. And she's like, I know, holding on to it.
I
Oh my
know.
God. Ugh. Hey. Oh, beautiful. Love that
Ooh,
thing.
pretty.
It's,
Pascal, remember this. I'm
2020.
going to give everyone some advice. Pascal, write this down. If there's one thing we've learned, science is nature's contraceptive, okay? If you don't want to get a girl pregnant, just keep her on top.
Can we move on, please?
Listen, if you keep the girl on top, use gravity. What goes up must come down,
Clayton.
okay? You'll never get one pregnant. Trust me on that. Pascal, are you writing this down?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes. Oh my gosh.
Yep. It's gravity. It's too bad Tony didn't listen to me because I told him. I said, Tony, did you use gravity? He's like, I used gravity like you said, and it still happened.
A farmer friend of me once told me, you have to spread the seeds until the sack is empty.
What? Oh, but I want to talk about Cody for a second. So Cody and he did a good favor for me. And like he took one for the team. So he did the first look. And so what the first look is when you get married is the groom's supposed to see the bride for the first time in her dress and everything. So Clay thought he was seeing me. And so the whole time we dressed up Cody into a dress, everything. It was like the best thing ever. It was so freaking funny. So we have a video about it, and I think I sent it to you, Clay.
Where?
I'll send it to you now, Messenger.
Yeah, they bamboozled me at the wedding.
Yeah, it's freaking hilarious.
What are your thoughts on underfolders, Pascal?
I only tried them once, the one from Charlie. The stock is weird for me because of the where you put the cheek. I didn't shot one, maybe soon. I like the side folders or the fixed stock one.
Me too. I think underfolders look really cool. Don't like shooting them very much, but they do look awesome.
Yes. So I got me the JMac folding stock on Leather Weapons Texas, and Cody's the reason why I could mount it on my AK, because I needed a spare part. I'm not able to buy it in Europe anywhere. The little lock that holds the folding mechanism, the button.
Got it. Tips on suppressing my M70/M90. Literally no suppressor experience. The same with any AK. If it's 7.62, buy a suppressor alignment rod. Never, ever, ever suppress an AK without an alignment rod. With 5.45, going through a 30 cal can, you're probably okay. Just do it. Make sure it passes on an alignment rod test, because a lot of AKs will not. They just won't. Unless you go like with like a Dead Air Wolverine. A Dead Air Wolverine, it's not a 30 cal hole all the way through the can. The holes get progressively bigger. It's like a cone to allow for bad concentricity. If the round's not totally leaving center, the odds of you getting a baffle strike are lessened. But with any AK, alignment rod. And then you get into gassing. You're taking an AK that's very overgassed for reliability, and you're putting a big muffler on the end, adding back pressure. So the more back pressure you add, the more violent the action will feel. Then you have to start thinking about tuning the gas. With a K&S piston, you can put one on yourself, or with gunsmithing, you can install a tunable gas block. An old trick that a lot of gunsmiths will do if you're going to suppress or tune your AK, what they'll actually do on the piston head, they'll mill out a little like C cup, a little groove to let a little gas always bypass your piston. It's like an old school trick, and that does work, but there's a lot of options. Number one, make sure that you're not going to get a baffle strike, then worry about the gassing. Suppressor mounting, same thing. What suppressor do you have? How does it mount? Is it direct thread? Is it chemo? Is it a Saker? What is it? Now you need a special muzzle device in the thread pitch of your AK to mount the can. That's pretty much the extent of it, honestly.
Okay, I sent it to you.
Where?
Your Insta.
My
Messenger.
Insta. I see it. All right, it's going to be a tiny little screen, but here we go.
Not that tiny. Just click on it. Okay. That's Cody.
You ready for this? So that's this part. So this flew off at the very last minute.
No, look out. Come on.
The whole time I was thinking, where's Cody? Of course Cody's not here for this. So I know the first look is coming, right? And all the groomsmen are supposed to be there. And Cody looks at his phone and he goes, damn it, guys, I got to go handle something. I'm like, Cody, you have to be here for the first look. And he's like, I know, got to go handle something, which is totally normal for Cody. Maybe a goat got out or the hog ate one of the chickens. Who knows? He's got to go put out a fire somewhere. I had no idea this is what he was doing. And dude, talk about like, it was weird. Like, I'm expecting to see Rachel. I turn around and the first thing I see facial hair through a veil. And I'm just like, the hell am I looking at right now? Man.
Thank you, Cody, for doing that. You're the best.
Cody is just a real treasure. He's
he also was our brass boy at our wedding, like our little flower girl, just throwing brass everywhere.
Yeah, Cody should get a prize as the greatest showman.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Props to you, Cody.
AK quality enforcement tips $20. You didn't have to do that, man.
Oh, you didn't do that. So sweet.
He says, thanks. He says, congrats again, newlyweds. Also,
Thank
impressive
you.
poop pick. It was the poop pick that got him.
Oh, nice. Very cool.
Rachel, do you have any questions for Pascal now that we have him here live on the stream?
Well, I did say, can we visit Germany? Oof. I don't know what I have questions for Pascal because I talk to him every time I see him when he comes down.
I have a question.
Okay.
This is a question Rachel asked. Well, this is a fact Rachel told me the other day.
What?
And I'm not so sure that it holds water. Pascal, I need you to myth bust this for me really quick. All right. Rachel told me, okay, let's say I marry a German girl. Does that mean I technically now am half German? I got a little German in me?
Clay, don't roast me
Is
like
that how that works?
Once a man said if they ask him for his passport in the court, they ask him for his origin country. Are you talking about my passport or the blood in my veins?
Okay. Well, I said it because I'm Mexican, so I was like, well, maybe you're Mexican now too, Clay. But he told me that's not how it works.
That's not how this conversation came up.
Rachel, ¿te hablo español, señorita?
Huh?
No?
Oh, muy poquito. In fact, he likes to make up words.
My mom's Mexican, but she never took the time to teach me Spanish, if that makes sense. But whatever.
Your mom doesn't even speak Spanish.
A very little. She speaks. My grandma speaks it more though.
Your mom sounds whiter than you.
Shut up. You have German in you, don't you?
Yep. In fact, my mother's maiden name is Herzog.
Mm-hmm.
I have my last name's hyphenated, Herzog Owens. So on my mom's side, they're very freaking German, man. Bunch of German dairy farmers. That's where my mom, her whole side of the family's been dairy farmers for many decades.
Mm-hmm.
My blood is technically German since the 16th century, but because all the stuff that happened before 1945, my grandmother didn't keep her name. So if she kept her name, I would be a baron twice, because the whole area where I live is called in English the mountainous country, and mountain in German is Berg, and my family was known as from Berg.
This is probably a question for Pascal. Do Germans wipe standing up?
Let me translate it. I don't know what it means.
Okay, let me translate. I can translate it for you, Pascal, if you need help. So that picture that I shared earlier.
Oh, you mean
when you do
toilet?
that? Yes.
No, we wipe while sitting on a toilet.
See, it's normal.
Do you know what I forget to bring for leather weapons? The full layer toilet paper I promised you to bring. I'm gonna bring it next time.
Okay. Even our toilet paper here in Texas is substandard. As Pascal would say, the Texas toilet paper is shit.
Oh my gosh. Sometimes
like
maybe good,
paper.
sometimes maybe shit.
Yeah, sometimes it may be good, sometimes it may be shit. Pascal, what do you drive?
I drive a car you don't have in the United States. It's technically an Seat. It's an VW, but it's an Cupra. So it's the sport version with 300 horsepower.
It's a lot of Hurspurs. Last drink for the night.
Oh, I was like, I'm not getting up to get a refill for you.
I'm self-sufficient. Okay.
Well, good. There you go. Perfect. I'm not drinking tonight. I had 2 mimosas.
I don't know if John's still in the chat. Kalashnikon. I'm pretty sure he's the one that got me this vodka.
He did.
For the birthday.
Yep.
Clay, did you try the gin yet?
Did we try the gin? I think we've tried it.
You and Tony did.
Yeah, that's right. We did.
Mm-hmm.
Oh shit!
Yeah, it's a pretty
dropped
bottle.
something.
Better clean it up.
Can you do a video on the Arsenal SAS M7 Classic? You always do videos with stamped AKs, not much Type 3. That's about to change. I just picked up a Type 3, a Hungarian Type 3, better known as the AK-55, built on a Bulgarian receiver. This thing is nice. Video coming soon.
Cool.
Oh, this must be an old question. Mexican through association. Yeah, about that question, babe. So we got on that topic because one of your cousins married somebody, right?
Yeah. Clay, don't roast me. I have my moments. It's just when you and me, Clay. Okay? Don't do it.
Okay, I won't tell
Don't
the
do
story.
it.
It's good.
Whatever. I don't care.
All right.
Whatever.
Your cousin married an African-American gal, right?
Yeah.
Right. Rachel goes, I've got a little African-American in me. I was like, what?
It's a joke.
Since when? And you were like, well, my cousin married so-and-so, so I've got, I'm like, babe, I don't think that's how that works. And you were
Babe,
like,
it was a joke.
I'm like, yeah, I don't think that's how that works. Which is why I asked Pascal, because, hell, I wasn't even sure. I just thought you marry someone. Now, hey, that makes me half German. Right?
Hush.
Yes.
No, it was my aunt.
I,
'Cause she's
visit
from-
Germany. I'm like, man, good to be home. Good to be home in Deutschland.
It was a joke because, I used to say this to myself in elementary. I'm like, oh yeah, my aunt, she's from Thailand, so that makes me.
That makes
have that
me
too.
Tahitian.
Yeah.
Tahitian, right? Yeah. Yeah.
But no, that's not how it works. Of course not.
Werner Herzog. When were you guys talking about Werner Herzog? I like his documentaries.
You were talking.
Oh,
about,
because
like,
I got Herzog in my name. That's
Yeah.
right. Yeah, he's the guy that did the Grizzly Man documentary, where the guy hangs out with grizzly bears and then they freaking eat him at the end of the documentary. That was a Werner Herzog documentary.
Ugh. These comments are so sweet.
Who's your favorite Canadian, and why is it Hoser Gun Guy? Well, it is Hoser Gun Guy. He is my favorite Canadian. It's a tie between him and Mostly Accurate.
Yeah.
But Hoser Gun Guy is as wholesome as they come, man. For the boys. Where are 7.62 Bakes cheapest? I'm assuming he means in the world. Where can one buy Bakelite mags the cheapest?
They cost $50 here in Switzerland.
Not here.
I'm gonna get one in 11 days, but it will stay in Switzerland because there it is legal for me. And if I take it over the border, it will be illegal.
I love the way Pascal answers questions. So,
I
Pascal,
know.
what do you think about this? I will have an answer for you in exactly 11 days. I just love that, dude. Let's see. You guys are still talking about wiping. Let me scroll down a little bit. Babushka Kid gives us $2. Dose, my
Hey,
viewer.
God.
Thank you. Thank you for $2.
So sweet, but don't be doing that. Sorry, I was telling my friend a happy birthday. I know it's 9 o'clock. I'm like, oh, or 10. My bad.
Gosh.
Why are people saying this? Ha! I'm not even going to. I'm not.
Hold on. I feel like I missed something. Let me look. Grizzly
Sure
Man.
did.
Is Pascal a fan of the AR-15?
I want to buy an AR-15, but I have to say I wouldn't buy a German AR-15 because the Germans are made for sport shooting, and doesn't fit with my quality mind. So I'm gonna buy a Daniel Defense or BCM AR because that's all what we get here. So I would get an AR because my friend in Switzerland is right. Always have a backup gun and another caliber.
Yeah, bake mags here. 7.62 mags are definitely like $100 now. I remember a time not so long ago. I have a lot of bakes. I bought them all around the same time. It was probably right when we moved in the house. What year was that?
16.
2016. Yeah. In 2016, you could buy a 7.62 by 39 bake mag. Really, really nice ones were like $35. Shooter grade mags were like $26. I think I paid less than $30 for all of them. I remember there was a dude on Instagram that was like, hey, I'm doing a Black Friday sale. And he had like 200 bakes he was getting rid of for $26 shipped. I bought 15 of them. Still have them to this day. I beat anyone who has seen my channel in my videos. I've been beating the piss out of the same dozen Bakelite mags for years. I've never had one go bad. I've never had one fail. They are honestly the best. They're just really cool to look at.
And I eat them like.
And Rachel's not nice to them. Rachel likes to. It's an interesting way to change mags. So most people, as soon as the mag's out of the gun, they can drop the mag. When Rachel pulls a mag out of the gun, then she yeets it 30 feet away across the ground, especially East German Bakelite mags. She loves to throw the shit out of those. Those are her favorite. Really nice plum mags. Bounces them off the moon.
I don't mean to. It's common now. I just can't help it when I do my reloads.
I think I don't know. I think what she's used to is like I do my little mag flick where I ride the trigger guard and I flick the mag out and it, flies a little bit. She pulls the mag out and then sends it flying when it could just like let it go, let it drop.
I love how I push down the faller and I'm like, make sure it's empty. And throw it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeet.
Yeah. Yeet. It's your girl. Yeet. Gangster Grip Guy in the chat. Oh, Gangster Grip Guy. I actually have your grip right here in front of me. I'll show everybody. Need to follow him on Instagram. He just sent me this. I don't know what I'm putting it on yet, but check this out.
Oh.
So this is a bake grip. Notice anything weird about it? How something's backwards here?
Yeah.
So he actually cuts it, rotates the bottom 180 degrees, where now the tip is facing towards the rear. Otherwise, it would be facing towards the front, right? He then mounts a Picatinny mount adapter up top. So now you can put a Bakelite dong on any gun that you want. Freaking awesome. He does a lot of cool stuff. He actually has like A2 and A1 AR-15 grips that he integrates push buttons into with wiring for lights and lasers. Really freaking cool stuff. Like repurposes actual grips. This is the kind of stuff that I just really fall for, man. This is super sick.
So cute.
Super cool.
It's cute.
Like, what would you rather have? A Tango down grip, boo, or a freaking Bakelite grip on your AR-15?
Bakelite, for sure.
This is the way.
This is the way, yes.
This is the way.
Yes, someone was asking about the calibers. I always have to say 9mm is a faster round, less expensive. You can carry more of it. You can train easier. You can buy it in bulk. The rarity is crazy. 9mm is just the best round out there. That's why I carry a 45.
Yeah. Pascal, you should get Mike from Sons of Liberty Gunworks to hook you up with an AR. Mike would do that. I feel like he would do that. If there was some way he could get one to you, he would do
I
that.
think he would.
I already was thinking about it. I am going to have to check it out when I'm in Texas the next time. Because the thing is, you can buy all the AR parts here, but you can't get the high quality shit. You only can get BCM or Gazelle handguards, but everything else is cheap shit. So I need someone in the United States to build me one completely and then export it.
When Pascal answers, you feel like you're in trouble for asking.
You want to hear something funny about Germany?
Answers.
No fun in Germany. Back to work.
Oh, back to work. That's funny.
Look at that hack job. No. So when I first, dude, I saw grips like this on your Instagram page forever. I never realized that you cut them and rotate the bottom. I never knew it until I got it. And I'm like, why does this look different? Oh, damn. The bottom's facing the other way. And it took me a second to even find the cut seam. Like, it looks really seamless. It looks nice. It's very cool. He types so loud. Can you hear
I
it?
know. It sounds like
Like he's smashing the keyboard.
It's mechanical. I always forget to mute my microphone.
In Russia, they fix potholes in road with Bakelite mads. There are some pretty funny pictures where they literally have potholes filled with bake mags to fill the holes. It is funny. Need more Draco videos, dude. That's all I've been posting on Instagram lately were Draco videos. You're going to see a lot of the Dracos soon because I'm shooting it at Kalashnikon. We're going to go train tomorrow and next weekend. If I get some filming done, I'll make another video with us practicing with the Draco. But if not, you'll see me shoot Kalashnikon with it for sure.
Yep.
What's everyone's everyday carry pistol? Rachel, you go first. She's thinking about it.
Huh?
She's studying on it. What's your everyday carry pistol?
Oh, the Glock
Well, what kind of Glock? There's so many of them.
43.
Is there anything else cool about it?
I'm still getting used to it. I like it. I added a red dot to it because I don't know. I just like the red dot on it.
Yeah, she's got a little micro Hollow Sun slide rider. One of their brand new, like, slim pistol optics for Glock 43s for the single stack subcompacts. It's pretty cool. My 43, which is what I carry, Glock 43. She actually has the 43X.
Yeah, the new
which
one.
is way cooler than mine. And hers is the Glock 43X MOS. So hers can accept red dots. I've got the regular Glock 43 with a mag extension. That's it. That's all I carry. Nothing crazy.
I like it for my first concealed carry.
Pascal, what do you keep in your prison wallet? What are you walking around with?
When I'm allowed to walk around with a pistol, I normally carry my 45 because my Glock is not done yet. I bought the Glock in January this year, and 2 weeks after that, I brought it to my gunsmith, and yeah, it's still there. Because if you mill something on the Glock or a handgun or whatever, it always needs those government approval shots, and it takes a lot of time. Weird. A friend in Houston, John, rebought the Glock to Slide Work Customs, I think. It took 7 or 8 days to get a slide cut. I'm waiting now for 11 weeks because of those shitty government approval shots.
Oh, that's just how long it takes gunsmiths to do slide work here. I have a question for everyone. This goes for Pascal and Rachel, but everyone in the comments too. Let's all think really hard. Let's say the only way you could carry a pistol was concealed. Okay, some places you can carry open, but let's say all we were allowed to do was carry concealed. I see someone in the comments already knows where I'm going with this. If the only way you were allowed to carry a pistol was suitcasing it, aka keystering it, aka in your butt, prison wallet style, What pistol would you carry? Let me know in the comments. If the only way you could carry a pistol was suitcasing it, as they say in prison,
What's
what
that
would you
tiny
carry?
one called?
I don't know, Rachel. What's it called?
I'm gonna look it. Hold on.
The Bryco J22. Kalashnikon would put that in his butt. Hep says he would keister a deagle. I don't know how that would work, but all right. Pascal says a 629, 6.5 inch, and 44 Magnum. That's what he would put in his butt. Okay.
I think I'll do a revolver.
All right. I think I would put a Draco in there. Like a Draco pistol.
But you
Oh, Derek, same thing. AK pistol. Yep.
The AKX.
That's commitment, man.
Fine. What?
That's a very slow walk.
Because it's so heavy. I would do my Scorpion. Maybe.
You need 2 Scorpions.
Oh yeah, VZ61. That would be a cool one to put in the butt.
Okay, can you change the subject, please?
Derringer 38 Special.
Mhm.
See, this is a good topic. Look, everyone's chiming in. Derringer, very popular gun for your butt.
Cody goes hand grenade.
Hand grenade. 22 Derringer,
Derringer pistols.
Draco. 45. Damn. Mike would use his Athena as a butt gun. That's a very expensive gun to put in your butt. 44 Magnum. Up the boot. Barrett 50 cal. 6.5. 9130. All right. With or without the bayonet? Are you guys shooting Texas Kalashnikov this month? I believe we are. It's the weekend after the con, right, babe?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think we are. If we can, we should be able to.
Maybe. We'll see.
Mr. Fluffy. Someone said a PKM. Bravo. PKM would make an interesting butt gun.
What in the butt?
I said what in the butt.
It's
Man,
a Jerry's.
Remember that?
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Mm.
Howitzer. A tank.
Oh,
one's
Mike,
going
it's in
Belfield?
it's in Kipner, Texas, kind of out where what's that town called or city?
It's near Fort Hood. It's near the base.
Fort Hood.
It's in Kempner.
Yeah.
Really close to Fort Hood.
Don't eat in Fort Hood.
A very long Mosin Nagant. Yep. Jerry. I think we're onto something here. Hey, you're saving money on a holster. Okay. It takes conceal carry to a whole new level. Like, you can conceal carry butt naked with this method. How would you draw from concealment if you were keystering a pistol, though?
Yeah, Mike, it's about 3 hours from us, so it's closer to you. So you should definitely go. It's a fun match.
Stop avoiding the question.
I'm avoiding it. So I'm talking to Mike.
Internal carry. A reach around. The reach around draw. That's a great name for it, by the way. Good name, Babushka Kid.
Oh my gosh.
The squat and cough draw.
Squat and cough.
Well, as fun as this is, we are at 2 hours and 10 minutes. This has been a long live stream.
Doesn't
I
seem
think,
like it.
Yeah, it's been a while. And we've started talking about putting guns in our butts. So I think it's time to draw to a conclusion here, but I want to draw to a conclusion in a very special way. Number one, thank you. Everyone that watches this channel means a whole heck of a lot. Thank you, Rachel. Without Rachel, this channel would be completely impossible, and I wouldn't have the brain matter and the time to keep up with it. She helps out more than you know. Anytime anyone is holding a camera in any video where I'm standing there not knowing what to do with my hands. Rachel's there cooking in the sun, standing at a range all day. It's her, man. Without her, it's completely impossible.
Oh, babe.
And I want to give a big thank you to Pascal and everyone like Pascal, like all the friends that we've met doing this. Like, it makes it so worth it, man. It really motivates me to keep doing this, keep meeting people, keep interacting with people, keep making videos. I want to keep meeting more people like Pascal. Pascal's an awesome freaking dude that I never would have met had it not been for all this internet stuff. So,
yeah,
thank you. Rachel, give us a final thought, and then I'm going to throw it to Pascal. Pascal, think about your final thoughts. But Rachel, hit us with some introspective stuff really quick.
Oh, don't put me on the spot like that, babe, please. What do you mean by that?
Give us some life advice before we go.
Cody gave it perfect last time, so let Cody type really fast and just tell
Cody
y'all.
rambled while he was drunk while we were at his house smoking cigars.
Well, I'm not drunk, so I don't know. I mean, Pascal, you go first, and I'll kind of like steal your words.
You're talking about general, right?
I think like advice.
Give us some general dad advice, as much as you can for a 27-year-old, but hit us with something.
Don't buy cheap shit. You'll regret buying it.
That's a good one.
We were just talking about this today, Rachel. We were sitting at a Davidoff cigar lounge, and I said, I've never had a bad Davidoff. I feel like sometimes, she goes, what do people say? You get what you pay for? I'm like, yes. It is worth having a good experience from the start.
Yeah, exactly what you enjoy doing, like why yes. You should spend more money like a hobby that you really enjoy, like the guns, the cigars, all of that. So that's kind of like a good example to explain that too.
If you buy cheap, you're gonna buy the expensive one anyway.
So yes.
That's true. Yeah, Jacob said a good one. Surround yourself with people you want to become. Surround yourself with good people, no matter what. People that lift you up, support you.
That's a good one, Jacob. Surround yourself with positive people.
Yes.
Negative people will only drag you down, man. And you're gonna meet those types of people. Unfortunately, I've had people like that in my life too. That, I don't know, man. They want you to be unhappy because they are unhappy. And that's unfortunate. And those people need to work on themselves.
Right. And people who are unhappy are the ones that just want to bring you down. Like, they rather see you fail than succeed. And that's what a lot of people struggle with. I don't know why people are so mean. They're just jelly.
So, Babushka Kid, I think that's a great topic to end on. Surround yourself with successful people that are making good decisions, people that don't do dumb shit, people that will build you up instead of tear you down. Just have a good squad, man. Squad goals. Have a good group of people. Interact with people that are really good role models. Interact with dudes like Pascal, man. Interact with people like Mike, incredibly average in the comments. That's a good one. Interact with Babushka Kid. Jacob, he'll teach you how to dance. Conceal carry dance. Don't buy cheap shit and hang out with good people.
I only met good people in the United States. I have to say, after Kalash Bash, I only was there on the event for like 3 days. And they only met people for 3 days, and they care more about me than people who know me my whole life.
Wow.
So the gun community is really awesome in the United States.
It really is. Like, all my friends are from the AK community. Like, I just rekindled with one of my good friends since high school, and she kind of like freaking helped me out with the wedding and everything. Like, took a place from my old bridesmaids. But long story with that. But that's a good example too. But also, I do want to mention about a good friend of ours, Tango Tactical.
We need to talk about that.
Yes.
And then we'll end it. Okay, Tango Tactical, the denim chest rigs. I have one right here. My man's in a tight spot. I see Carbon R32 is in the chat as well. Tom, let us know too as well. the gentleman that hand makes every single one of these denim chest rigs, he's in a tight spot, man. He might not be in a position where he can make these things very much longer. So a few people have gotten together. They're getting their hands on 2 or 3 of these chest rigs, and they're trying to help him out. They're going to raffle a couple of these things off. In fact, if you go to Carbon R32's Instagram page, he's running a raffle right now. If you're going to Kalashnikon, then you'll probably get to see one of these. He's also got a giveaway going on. You can literally win one of these chest rigs. Go to his Instagram. I'm going to pull it up right now. Go to his Instagram. You only have to tag a few people and follow Tango Tactical to win one of these chest rigs. And these things are extremely rare. They're handmade. They're denim. They look sick. They work. They're plate carriers front and back. And they're going to come with mag pouches.
Yeah, it's really cool. I got one too.
Yeah, you did. You won one. That's awesome.
You have to. I don't know how everyone feels about the war and what's going on. You know, it seems like some people are kind of torn, but one thing that this gentleman has done with a lot of the funds from selling these, here, I'll pull it up right here. He's actually used it to help people escape Ukraine, people that were political prisoners that would not be alive today had it not been for some of the money that he's made from these things. It's helped him get out of bad situations into more friendly countries. It's helped him get friends and family out of bad situations into more friendly countries, all from making these freaking chest rigs in his kitchen by his hands. Just him. He's one guy. And look how professional these things look. I mean, I've got full videos on these. They're phenomenal. It's one guy trying to live out his own little American dream, and he's not even in America. He's trying to do his own thing and produce these, and it has not been easy. He's hurting. He might not be able to make these very much longer. With a tiny little cash injection, he can probably keep going. So our good buddy is doing a raffle, trying to raise some funds, and also giving one away totally for free. You should do this. If you care about good people, people that put other people before themselves, that's Tango Tactical. Literally, the guy has, for lack of a better term, kind of put his life on the line, helping people out of bad situations with the money he's making from these things.
Yeah.
So, he's just a great dude, man. He even offered to, there was a couple that he actually got to safety, and I didn't know how to react to it. He sent us their phone number, and I said, what is this? He said, this is the couple that you helped. You know, we made a post. He had a few come in the country, and we posted about it, and they all sold out. And he's like, I just want you to know, you don't understand. Like, that helped this couple survive. The money from those chest rigs. Here's their phone number. They'd like to talk to you. I didn't know how to handle that. I just said, you know what, that's a lot for me, man. But that's just how much of a people person he is. Like, these people honestly wanted to talk to some of the Americans that were buying these chest rigs because that's what helped them escape. Anyway, that's that, man. If you want to help out, there it is. The Carbon R32. Follow him on Instagram, and you'll see everything you need to see. And make sure you go follow Tango Tactical. Send him a DM. Talk to him. Figure out what it's going to take to get one of these chest rigs. Not the easiest things to get, but when you get one, it's freaking cool. It's a very special thing to own.
I remember when you first saw it was with Synergy. Dima had one, right?
That's right. Pouches are in the giveaway. Rigs are in the raffle. Sorry if I misspoke there. Go ahead, Rachel.
Dima had one, and that's how you saw it. And then he gave you, I think it was when they came down here for the Center T class.
That's right.
Yeah.
Dima, Center T, the Russians that we trained with, that's how I first found out about these things. Dima showed up with like denim mag pouches, and I remember asking Dima, I'm like, yo, those are freaking cool. And he showed me Tango Tactical. And my first experience with Tango Tactical was Dima literally brought a chest rig and gave it to me during our Center T class because I was geeking out about these things. I was sending DMs to Center T over and over again going, how do I buy this denim stuff? Like, I gotta have it. This stuff is so cool. And he freaking gave me that one right there. And after that, I started talking to the guy at Tango Tactical, and he doesn't speak very good English, so you have to use translators for the most part, but very easy to communicate with.
We wanted to help him to get his chest rigs out there because they're so cool and really good quality ones. And he, like Clay said, he makes them with his hands. One dude makes all these rigs, and I think that him going through a hard time is like breaking our hearts. So hopefully we can do something to help him out. Oh, he's getting it. Got you to take the arms off.
There it is, man. It's one of the old ones.
Yeah, you
A little
tell.
beat up. Been wearing the crap out of it.
Very cool.
So
Very special.
that's that, man. Anyways, Pascal, thank you so much for joining us, man.
Look at him. He put his rig on.
Oh man, I gotta step outside and smoke a cigar now. Like, got me freaking fiending over here.
Is that why you're just like, oh, I want to go now?
Yeah, and we try to keep the live streams at around 2 hours because, you know, people got stuff to do tomorrow, Rachel. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You and I have stuff to do tomorrow. So
I know. We got to train for Kalashnikon.
anyway,
I haven't gotten a game in a while since the wedding and all that. So
gotta
hopefully
practice.
we'll
You
have
don't
it.
use it, you lose it. We gotta go
I
practice.
I know. Trust
Did
me.
you already pick up the Spezi cans at the ranch?
What is that?
The soft drink cans I brought you from Germany.
No, it's still there.
Still there, yeah.
I think Matt said they're still in there. So I told him don't touch them.
Yeah, don't touch them, man. Guys, if you want to follow Pascal, right here, AK Pingu 103, go follow him. He's got a lot of great pictures from Kalash Bash. If you want to see him compete at Lethal Weapons, he's got a few videos here. If you're into cigars, this is also a very good guy to follow, and you're just following an awesome dude, one of our very good friends that hopefully we have formed a lifelong friendship with. And with that, everyone, thank you for 100,000 subs. Thank you for your views. Thank you for your comments. And just thank you for being awesome people. This gun community is awesome. It's the best community in the world to be a part of, man. Like Pascal said, you'll meet some of the best friends that care about you more than any other walk of life. It's just a great freaking group of people.
It's true.
All right. We love you. Bye.
Bye.